this is Anna from Black Haired Tree, and I've just read or listened to an amazing book called End of the Line by Nicky James. I warn you, this video will contain gushing and fangirling about Nicky and this amazing book that I absolutely loved. I love Nicky, we're almost the exact same age, only a few days apart, and she's one of those authors who is a sure thing for me. Whenever she has a new audio out, I don't have to bother too much with the details or reading reviews, I just buy it and I'm never disappointed. Anyway, this book is about a group of freight hoppers, train jumpers. This whole lifestyle and environment is sort of gritty and rough, so when I'm setting up the base layer here, I'm using some tea-colored scrapbook paper with a rough, grungy feel to it. It's set in Canada, like all of Nicky's books, and I'm amazed at how well researched this book feels. I feel like Nicky took a cross-country research trip at the back of a freight train. Everything just seems so real and a great insight into the lives of train jumpers and nomads. I'm using a scrap of star pattern paper here as well to symbolize the open sky they often sleep beneath. So the story. The book opens with Leo. We don't know what's happened to him, but he is running for his life. He is terrified. Someone is chasing him. You can really feel his fear. He's running. His Oxfords are pounding on the pavement. His heart is pounding in his chest. There is blood on his hands, blood on his clothes, and someone is after him. If that isn't an opener made to pull you in, I don't know what is. Eventually, Leo tries to hop on a freight train that's just about to leave and almost dies because he has no clue about what he's doing. Luckily, there is a group of experienced freight hoppers about to jump the same train who help him. One of them, Killian, agrees to accompany him and help him in exchange for some money, of which Leo has plenty. Hence the tagline, when a boy who has everything meets a boy who has nothing. I found a great album on Nicky's Pinterest for this book and printed some of the pictures for this spread. Lovely autumn railway images, that's perfect for the mood because this book is about the journey to the end of the line, which isn't a destination in itself, but a road to a future that hasn't been written. So, Leo and Killian grow close. They fall in love, they sleep out under the stars, they jump trains, they eat at McDonald's, they meet different people along the way and just live the simple life. Killian ran away from home at 16 because he thought his parents didn't accept him after he came out, and he has lived like a nomad for 9 years, hopping trains and taking odd jobs. Killian and his friends, to them this isn't a last resort, but more of a lifestyle they actively choose. Killian could probably get a job and stay in one place if he wanted to, and some of his friends have families to go back home to visit occasionally. But they chose to live like this because of the freedom. I think to them it's like the ultimate way of being free and just taking each day as it comes. Oh, and I finally got a use for all my camping stickers here. I got some mystery packs cheap without really knowing what was in them, and I ended up with a ton of tents and lanterns and other camping gear. Eventually, Leo's past does catch up to him, which makes up the suspense part of the story. I'm not gonna say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for you, but the mystery does not disappoint. That's what I love about Nicky. She writes excellent mystery and suspense, and you never know what's going to happen. The book has a bunch of great side characters that are also getting their own books in this series. That's what this story is about, really: friendship and sticking up for each other. I didn't have a best side character badge printed, but I'll try to print one and add it later. In a way, this book is like an introduction to this gang, and it sets up their own side stories. But it doesn't feel like it's just a lead up to the rest of the series, because you're so invested in Leo and Killian and in Leo's dark, mysterious past. Who doesn't love one of those? Lastly, I'm adding some stickers to get a nature vibe in here, since they spend a lot of time outdoors, and of course a McDonald's transformer for Leo. And no surprise here, I'm coloring in the 5 fat stars I give this book. Give it a try. I don't think anyone will be disappointed. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching and happy reading.